SolidSmack.com. Today we are stopping by Circuit Launch in Oakland, California. That's part of the greater San Francisco Bay / Silicon Valley area. Circuit Launch is a co-working space that caters specifically to hardware startups. And on this tour we're also going to see a sample of a virtual robot tour which you can do yourself right from home.
Today we're going to be doing a tour of Circuit Launch here, and one of the ways that anyone can come actually take a tour is via robot, which is kind of cool. So you can download yourself into the robot and we can come give you the tour of Circuit Launch that we're giving here. So, excellent. Well, as you can see over here, this is our hardware museum and robot museum, still under construction, but really fun to see all the old robots. We find that there's somebody here, so there's some robot here somewhere that you probably had as a child, if not a computer that like the old 8080 or the Apple II. And so our first plan is just to lure you in with nostalgia of hardware, of yesteryear, yesterday, all of the different fun stuff. This all of these cool things all the cool robots are brought to you by Joanne, the robot psychologist, who's still looking for her very first robot patient that she can do therapy with. She's getting close though. AI is around the corner. So, but yeah, this is our fun part. So
I think my childhood is missing a lot.
Oh.
These look pretty cool.
There are some fun ones. Robbie the robot, but I think you've got to be really old to recognize Robbie the robot. He was my mom's age.
Wow.
But so we are a co-working and office space for hardware startups. We have all of the amenities that general co-working places have. We have conference rooms, like for example, we have one of our wonderful members in there doing an interview and a conference over in our conference room. We have a classroom to be able to do classes, and we have an extensive education department where we are able to teach about 3D printers and laser cutters, virtual reality, design, IoT, robotics, a lot of fun hardware stuff that really spans a wide breadth of topics. Well, so let's see, over here we actually have Silicon Valley Robotics, and this is one of our anchor tenants as well as one of our advisors, and an incredible organization to help promote robotics in all ways and is super connector Andra, who's an amazing leader of Silicon Valley Robotics. She's there to help people to connect them with robotics companies, developers, manufacturing, all of that, as well as they have a funding side of that as a RoboHub, which is specifically to fund robotic startups. And Alex is now bugging her via robot. She loves it.
Via robot tour.
We're doing a robot tour. And then, yeah. And so.
Hi, Andra.
Hey,
Curry! Time to wake up. Alex is here. Hey, Curry!
Hey, I'm back for you.
Andra's amazing. Like, one of our things here is this is the Magni, which is a robotic platform for ROS developers to actually develop on top of. It'll actually hold up to 100 kilograms, and is a great base to build other robotics companies off of instead of
This blue thing?
Yep. What so many other robots companies do is they all want to buy build the base that gets things around. Instead, this is actually a ready-to-go programmable base that is able to be programmed, and then you can create your robotic platform all on top of that. Yep. Curry,
Hey!
look at this. Curry is actually waking up here. And she is meant to be cute. A robot.
Is that her purpose?
Her entire purpose is just to look cute. Because, we need to make sure that our robot overlords are attractive. Over here, although he's I think doing a postal run at the moment, this is actually part of 3D Customs, which is an offshoot of the original the original Type A machines, which now is able to live on with sales, service, and a printing, 3D printing service right here at Circuit Launch. So one of the former employees of Type A Machines is actually now building his own machines, as well as doing sales and service and doing a printing service for people, which has been great. Having someone you can just say, hey, I need 100 of these. Can you print them for me? And we can do that all right here on site, which is a
Nice.
wonderful experience for most of our members. And then, of course, we have, every good co-working space needs a pool table, which we have, of course, at a lounge area. And of course, we have a kitchen with 2 dishwashers, so we never have to do dishes, which is a wonderful thing. Nor do I have to clean up.
Oh, dishes
which
are
is
the
wonderful.
worst.
Indeed. Yep. But the real star of our area, of course, is our shared labs. So this is where we get serious for a second and actually talk about all the fun, cool machines that we actually can work on. So right here, this is our 100-watt 4-foot by 3-foot laser. This is actually Jamie from Biomorphics. He is one of our members, and he does the most amazing sacred geometry products that's out. So he is actually currently making cool things on this for his company. We also have, of course, we have a vinyl cutter for masks and plotting and all sorts of different things for signs, creating plotted drawings, doing masking for different applications, which is a nice little machine. And then, of course, we have our electronics labs. Our electronics lab, we have stereo microscopes, variable soldering irons with hot air and vacuum. We also have, of course, smoke absorbers. And then the way we do all of our access control is actually all through this little app, which is able to come in, and this is how we enter Circuit Launch. These are all of our keys, so 24 hours a day, 24/7, you can enter and be able to work at Circuit Launch using this access system, which is more secure than keys or RFID tags or a code. And then if we need to check out any keys for any of the electronics or check out tools, I just click my electronics and my little checkout box opens up. In here I've got a couple hand tools, a couple other things, but we also have the keys to the electronics carts. And so, for example, all of the different electronics carts that we have around, we have a rework station with reflow ovens, we have oscilloscopes, we have logic analyzer, we have hand tools, bus pirate, all of the waveform generator, all of the different things that you need for electronics development, debugging, reworking on those side of things. So we have the full electronics lab, and soon we'll also have an anechoic chamber, which is specifically for testing RF spectrum stuff. And so if you ever had a product that needs to go to an FCC testing facility, you can then, instead of spending the $30,000 to $100,000 not knowing that your product would pass, you'd actually be able to go in, do the testing on that, and be pretty sure that it would pass before you spend the money that you have to as well.
Nice.
So that's all part of what we want to be able to do to bring our members the ability to do really cool stuff with that. Over here we have we've got an odd ultrasonic welder that I'm not actually even sure. That's one of our member projects, which is an interesting thing. But right here we actually have a PCB printer. So this is will actually print a PCB. So I'm not sure where my battery went off to, but this little guy was actually printed with conductive ink. And then what's also this machine does is it'll actually do solder paste application and reflow. So it will do not only the printing of the circuit board, but it will actually allow you to assemble the board right here, which is a very expensive process.
You remember that Aaron was with Bot Factor, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
He knows all about it.
Of course. And there are other machines that do that, such as Bot Factory. This one is the Volterra. The one thing that this doesn't have, of course, is pick and place, and so that would be a separate machine that a machine like Bot Factory actually does do. Of course, the other one we have is we have a CNC mill, which is the formerly known as Other Mill, which is now the Bantam CNC. And that, of course, allows us to create the copper PCB boards. So if you need a little less, a little more less resistance, then the copper is actually a really great way to go. And so over here, we have our 3D printers.
Yay!
And of course, these are our FDM 3D printers, which are done using the plastic filament, mostly PLA. So it's a little bit better for the environment than ABS, but we can actually do a lot of different materials using FDM. This is one of the largest build, like the Type A machines have some of the largest build platform of any of the 3D printers. So you can actually create really large products here, which is pretty cool. On the other side of here, we actually have the Form 2, which is an SLA 3D printer. And this, of course, for resolution is really unmatched at this level of it, without getting into a $50,000 to $100,000 printer. This guy can actually do down to 25 micron layer height resolution.
Wow.
And the prints are just they're really remarkable. For example, this one still has the stuff on it. It still has the supports on it, but this is actually just our little Oculus virtual reality wearing octopus. And this one's actually at the worst resolution at 100 micron level. And the model probably needs a little bit of refining as well, but it's a cool, great way to create in different colors and different materials, flexible versus, they even use these for dental resins for making your own, like Invisalign-alike things. So this has been really great in the dental industry. But for prototyping, they have, engineering that you can actually even get a ceramic and fire it and actually be a ceramic 3D printed part. So
Wow.
a lot of opportunities
cool.
here, and that's available for all of our members to prototype. As we have where someone's printing on it right now, which is pretty cool. You can see that actually the laser goes through the resin, hits the build platform, and the build platform actually moves up and then back down between each layer. So you'll see here in about 10 seconds it'll move upwards, and you can see that being printed right on there. And then you just clean off the extra resin in the isopropyl alcohol, and you can UV cure it if you need it for a little bit extra strength and utility. But this has been fantastic. Our members have just gone nuts over being able to really create prototypes that come close to injection molded fit, so that you can send it out and make molds or anything else that you're doing with a lot more accuracy and reliability.
Yeah.
When you do that.
Neat.
So this little guy was built in virtual reality. So it's a sculpture program called Medium, and so I built him in virtual reality, and then took that and 3D printed it on our Form 2 3D printer here. And this was the result. It was the first time I've ever sculpted in virtual reality.
Oh my gosh.
And this was the result. And so that's one of our classes here that we offer.
How often does that class run?
It's at least once a month. Yeah.
He's so cute.
We'll show you some of the other stuff on here, and Alex, you can see if you can keep up. Mo here, one of our mentors,
Hello.
who's helping one of our other mentors and members work on some assembly of his parts. And so Mo, of course, is one of our favorite wizards of electronics that works here.
What's up, Alex?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Nice to see you.
Westworld now.
Nice to see you in the office.
Yep.
What you working on?
Just soldering some more boards.
Soldering up electronics.
Here, want to take a spin?
Unfortunately, Alex, in that robot body, doesn't have any arms. We actually won't give him arms because we worry that what he would do with them. But of course, see, these are some of our open desks as well as dedicated desks for different members. And then onward as we go here, we actually have a ton of room for expansion as well as events and other. We've had CryptoCon here, which has been really cool. We've had the Microchip Conference here for Get Launched. And we both rent out and provide space for a lot of different hardware companies, meetups, and everything else. And so Osman here is putting on some finishing touches, a couple more decorations on our walls here of painting. We're always trying to keep things fresh and fun. So, yeah.
And location-wise, you're great for all those kind of events because you're
Absolutely.
right next to the airport in
We're
Oakland.
right next to the airport. We also are really close to all of the industrial facilities around here. We have tons of sheet metal and powder coating and metal shops and everything that is really going on all over Oakland and San Leandro. It's an incredible industrial area. And we think that we actually encourage a lot of our members, instead of trying to do all their own CNC and machining, to really sub out some of that stuff. We keep the stuff that's prototyping and working on that people are going to use every day. But for a lot of that stuff, I think a lot of entrepreneurs spend a little bit too much time trying to do everything instead of learning when to actually shop out certain parts of their process. Of course, as we grow, we want to respond to what does our community need, and in the future we will be doing a lot more with CNC capabilities. We already work a lot with 3D printing and CAD, and we have a SolidWorks trainer on hand here as one of our members, which is a great thing. And so there's a lot of opportunity for that. And as we grow, we'll be getting more machinery and equipment and offer more things for our members too.
And you mentioned kind of coaching your members about building things, the smart way to do that, but you have lots of other types of courses and trainings and things that go on. I mean, that was last year that I was here when I went to one, but that's still going on, right? Pretty
Absolutely.
regularly?
So, our education program is one of our important pillars of what we do here. Beyond community and just being able to rent space, what we're able to do with a lot of education is we actually create programs for people to learn the specific machines, specific skills. We'll be soon actually opening up a little bit more unstructured learning process where people can come in and get mentorship to learn how to build their businesses. We have business classes. We have there's a corporate lawyer who's actually fantastic that comes in and talks a lot about founders shares and building the right paperwork for building your business, creating trademarks and patents and IP protection, and all of that is part of our community.
Oh, great.
And we want to be able to offer that to all of our members and non-members too is welcome. So.
Cool. What else we got?
So over here, this is actually
What?
a mixed reality studio.
Okay, now this is something new.
Oh, let's turn this around. Swung.
What's going on?
Put the screen back on.
I can go from a
So
different
right
angle.
now,
Oh, okay.
we have. There you go. Yep.
Oh, how cool.
So this is a mixed reality studio where she's actually doing. She has created this 3D virtual Burning Man. And in fact, she is now in here and was going to be explaining it giving a tutorial to beginners and to other people how to navigate and what there is to do and what to see and what even some of the cool things about Burning Man. And so,
Structures and
yep.
everything else.
Where will this be available when it's finished?
She
Yeah, I
shares
did
it on
like a
Facebook.
tour last year, and it's usually on my Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
What's your Facebook page?
Swan VR Art.
Swan VR Art.
SWAN VR art.
Yep.
So this is like the man this year. Here, this is
That's wild.
There we go.
Yeah, I got like 10,000 views last year.
Yeah.
It's really effective for a lot of people that don't know anything
Especially
about
Virgin
Burning Man.
Burner. So this is the man this year, and then here's all the various art pieces around here. Black Rock City also has like an airport, so here's like the airport right there. And then there's hip hop music right here. So it's like a giant robot, the heart over it. Basically, we can get like a lot of art cars.
Yep.
So the way this works is she's inside virtual reality. When she puts the headset on, she's like in another world. What the software does is it brings virtual reality out with the green screen, and it puts a foreground layer and a background layer that she can interact with.
So basically, if I move behind the heart, you can actually see the heart from this side.
Yep.
And then when I move in front of it, it actually sees that.
And what's cool about the software is she can actually see the output in the inside of the virtual reality space.
Oh, okay.
So she knows what we're seeing.
And it's a really powerful way that, virtual reality has been said to be very isolating, where only the person inside the virtual headset can actually interact. However, what mixed reality really does is allow people to, one, actually see what they're experiencing, and in many ways be able to be that, enjoy that experience with them. So it becomes this group experience. Micah here creates a wonderful product called the VR
kiosk?
VR kiosk.
Working on it, yeah. So it's a piece of hardware that I've been working on here in the space. Had a kind of like a soft launch, just talking about it and presenting it to the community back in back in the end of May. And I kind of took a break on it because I ran out of funds, but it's definitely still in the works. A lot of people were interested in it, and it deals with this space, so it's all part of this.
But it's a wonderful product that you can just simply pop up and put up a green screen, and then you have all of the things necessary to be able to do mixed reality, which is incredible.
The new one might even have no need for a green screen.
What?
Maybe even no need for a green screen.
Using a depth sensing camera.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yep. And so part of hardware for us is really about creating access to these incredible tools and technologies for the community. So we're looking to involve the VR community here to be able to show that we have available equipment and community members who are doing really amazing things as well here. So Natalie, why don't you tell her a little bit about what you're doing too?
Yeah, so I'm part of the program with Oculus called Oculus Launchpad. And what we're doing for the program is creating a VR app that teaches women self-defense in virtual reality.
Nice.
We're calling it Empower Her VR.
Yep.
With an HER.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. So these guys are all just part of our wonderful community here in VR, in circuit launch, doing VR, doing other things, working on hardware, and it's amazing to see the level of creativity and awesome, cool things that people are doing.
And physical stuff, not just
Physical
software.
stuff. Even if it's virtual, it's still physical because it's awesome
Yeah.
hardware, right?
Read it or is it
It
weird?
can be at this side, but I can't.
Awesome.
Can you see personal?
I can see personal survival.
So this is, of course, our mixed reality studio, and then, of course, we also have a general VR. This one is for Oculus as well. So you can see the sensors are up around the ceiling, and we have a headset and a computer set up for people to do more virtual reality as well. So we've got a couple different virtual reality systems and ways to interact and to develop stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, we have another little cafe area and fun, along with a couple other people here who are amazing members.
Hi, other people.
Eric is doing a bioprinting company, and you want to tell her a little bit about what
Sure.
that's about?
Yeah, so with current bioprinting technology, so there's a lot of promise with bioprinting to solve some of the major problems in the world, but current bioprinting technology is limited in the resolution. It can't print at the nanoscale, for instance, and it kills a lot of the cells that are extruded in the process. So we're developing a method that doesn't kill cells and can print at very high resolutions, nanoscale and microscale.
What's your company called?
Frontier Bio.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Where are we
Okay,
going?
so let's head on downstairs. We'll have to be patient with our robot brethren who are a little bit slow. Go through over the bump. There you go.
Yay. Thank you.
Wait for our elevator. Take a left. You lead, or I'll lead. The rest of the building is are a couple other companies. We've got Uber down here who does driver inspections, etc. One of the interesting things is that we have our relationship with the landlord. He is our landlord as well as one of our primary investors and partners.
Okay.
And that really helps with, of course, having that relationship allows us to be able to really have an amazing connection with and viability going forward. He's incentivized to see us go forward rather than as soon as we become successful lose our space. He wants us to be part of this space and really supports our community effort, which is an incredible relationship that a lot of people don't have in a similar situation.
Yeah.
To get in, of course, all we do is click our little button.
That's so cool.
Excellent. And so this is our other lab space down here. Of course, we have lots of member projects going on, lots of different things in various stages of work. Yep. These guys have a special top secret project, which I will let them talk about what they're doing, since I'm not necessarily sure myself, since they're very secretive.
What we do is direct air capture CO2. So here's the frame of the very first machine. There's more to it. There's a tub in here, and then there'll be rollers across the top and the bottom. And we'll roll through material impregnated with a resin that captures CO2 in the air. Background of this machine isn't, we just didn't dream it up. Some professors at Arizona University dreamed it up. And they have tests that showed that it worked, but it was time to add the engineering to it, so that's what we did. So
excellent.
We did a drawing of this 4 weeks ago, and now here it is. Got about another 2 weeks.
They've been moving fast.
We work for HCA, which is the Healthy Climate Alliance.
Terrific. So we've got various stages of lots of things that are going on and different projects that we're working on. We of course have lots of tools. In here is our is kind of our fabrication lab. So we've got some of the loud tools in here, the basics that you need for creating hardware. We've got a panel saw, we've got a band saw, we've got a drill press and a chop saw. We'll also be soon building a CNC router table, as well as a small metal mill for different projects that people are working on. So.
This is gigantic. It looks like a spaceship.
It's amazing what you can do with a panel saw. This is kind of a replacement for a table saw, in where this is for cutting up any types of wood and plastic panels and chopping it up for use on the laser cutter or a CNC mill or CNC router table or other devices. It's amazing what you can do with this, and so much how much safer it is actually than a table saw too.
Do you have anything with like storage?
For storage, we do a bit. We actually offer storage cabinets that can be right on the desk, and each of the individual desks, if you do a dedicated desk, comes with its own RFID locker. So you actually can get a little bit of storage. And of course, the benefit of doing a dedicated desk is that you actually can put whatever you need on top and underneath your desk as well.
So I think a lot of people would be interested to know how you're going to survive after we've seen so many like Tech Shop and all these other spaces go under, and it's so sad and heartbreaking, and people don't want to see that happen anymore. What is your plan?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, part of this is we have to learn from those mistakes, of course. Looking at that, all of those different failures, I think, were not necessarily a problem with the business model, but very much on how it was executed, as is hardware. Hardware is not always about an idea, it's how it's executed. And so that we want to look at it as we want to build dynamically. We have a really strong relationship with the building owner, who's our primary investor, and that's one of the things that hit Tech Shop, and it hit a lot of the other ones. That it always happens with people, is like, oh, once they become successful or once they become large enough, then we have a lot of other competing interests in real estate in the Bay Area, such as all of the new pot farming that's happening in a lot of our Oakland warehouses, and those are things that
Agricultural technology.
Which is wonderful, but it's that the real estate is really hard in the Bay Area, and that's what we're actually trying to solve, and is going to be the key part of becoming our success. Is that you can come and for a reasonable price be able to rent office space and be able to have a community of people here who are going to be able to help you build your business together, and that will be one of the many things that will make us successful. And then, of course, that relationship with our investor, who is also our landlord, means that he's going to want to see us succeed as well, and so that's a really powerful thing. The other part is that we want to build dynamically. We don't have the largest metal shop in the world. We don't have any of the best of everything kind of thing, and that's in many ways the way we want to grow. We want to grow with what people are using and be able to needing. and that we can teach instead of just having a lot of very expensive machinery that no one uses. And that is one of the main reasons why Tech Shop went under, was that they bought it all. They spent $60 million across all of their expansion and all of their showrooms, or all of their equipment and everything. And that was really, it was too much, right? So we're able to focus on a really specific niche, which is the entrepreneur in electronic hardware, along with other people who do need this type of space. But we will also grow as the needs of those members kind of go, instead of trying to invest everything on millions of dollars. We built this on a shoestring by
Yeah, I was gonna
Alex.
say, like, I've
Yep.
heard some stories. You did it really scrappy.
Absolutely. We imported all of these carpet from China we custom made, because carpet for this large of a space was too expensive here in the U.S. We did all of our, we did a lot of the things, all our two hands, just ourselves and one other person, which is working on painting, which you saw over there now. It's like we do a lot of the stuff ourselves, just like a lot of entrepreneurs, and we find the ways to be able to bootstrap this and create this community. And we're really excited about, we have a small but really growing community that has been successful for so many people here, to be able to just say, hey, I've never done battery certification, what's that like? And you just walk over to a new desk and somebody knows that.
Yeah.
Hey, I've never done FCC certification, what is that like? Hey, I've got this problem with my circuit board, have you done anything with this type of technologies? Like, so there's a lot of those things that our community is able to solve together, and that's the attraction as to why we will be successful, is because that community will be able to provide something that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, and I mean, you can say that, well, these people are in the same space, that they have that knowledge and that communication is just going to happen. But I've seen the people that come here are very more collaborative than you'd see in your typical engineer mentality.
Yep.
The couple times that I came here before, I saw so many introductions within a matter of minutes between people after a class, and business cards flying across tables, and deals kind of being handshake on right there. And yeah, I haven't seen that in any of the other even tech meetups that I've gone to in the area. So that's really cool.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a testament to the people that we're attracting, and the services and equipment, things that we can provide, is to attract that level, and then hopefully that's the magic sauce that allows that community to grow and be successful as well. And part of that is that we're very agnostic. We're not an accelerator. We're a place for accelerators to come, for people after accelerators to come, and then we will help connect you with a variety of places. We're not saying, oh, you need to go our supply chain or our manufacturer or our this or any of that, right? We open up to everybody, and so we don't, although we have partners with DigiKey, there's no problem if you need to order from Mouser or any of the other companies that are there. And so we love them all, and we want to provide that.
You don't give them any shade if they want to go somewhere else.
No, absolutely not. We want them to find what's right for their business, and whether it's manufacturing overseas or finding a manufacturer down the street. Both of those are great options for certain people at different levels. So what we really want to see is people succeed, and then we will succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your next steps, though, then, as you grow this out?
Absolutely. Well, right now we are looking for the last couple people to fill our very few open offices that we have left, and that will be another round of investment, and then expanding to the rest of our space. We've got another about 45 offices ready to be put in and to be able to be available for our community.
And those would be individual offices? Or?
Individual, multi-person offices, a lot of different. And the great thing is all of our offices are actually technically modular. So we can actually reconfigure them depending on, it's not necessarily a one-day kind of thing, it's more of a couple weeks we can reconfigure offices, but that's much better than traditional construction, where we would actually have to shut down and actually build up and then continue. Hammers in co-working spaces, they don't always go so well. That's why we keep the hammers downstairs in our lab, and then we keep the hammers out of the area where people are working, right?
So you mentioned that you can do a modular office space of various sizes for between a couple weeks to to go?
So everything's
for?
month to month. We
Month to
have,
month?
yep, everything's month to month here. Membership levels start at $89 a month for 8 days of access a month.
And that would just be an individual.
And that would be an individual person. Yep. We have. We also have a $145 a month, where it's 24/7 access as much as you like. And then we have the dedicated desk, where you have your own desk and you can have storage, and that's at $250 a month. And then we have offices ranging anywhere from $750 a month all the way up to several $1,000s a month.
And then what would be with that basic level? What kind of access do you get with that?
So the very beginning access, I mean, is the same access that everybody gets with everything. It's just depending on how much time you want to come. So either the 89 or 145 a month, you have access to all the tools, all the equipment. There are some safety classes that you do need to take before you get onto the tools. But we keep the classes, like for example, our laser cutter, it's free for members to take that class. And then depending on what level, you have a variety of amount of hours that you can use on that machine,
Okay,
which
so
is
it's not
generous.
time of day, it's number of hours in
Yep,
that.
so a dedicated desk gets 40 hours a month of laser time, which we've never seen anyone yet exceed on that side. A lot of our parts are just like our 3D printer. You can do pay per milliliter, or you can buy your own resin and just not pay anything but buying your own resin. So we're not trying to milk people and get nickel and dime them on everything. We want to provide the services and then be able to make money basis on their rent and on education, and that's really where we look at creating our community.
And then there's Brazilian barbecue, right? Is that
Absolutely, that is. We've actually joined forces with Silicon Valley Robotics, and now do Bots and Beer on that day have become Bots and Barbecue, and so we get a lot of people. It's a meetup as well as our regular meeting every last Friday of the month. We do the best Brazilian steak anywhere that I've eaten, for sure. But Alex, our CEO, who was also our robot today, he is a Brazilian and an amazing grill chef.
No, he cooks it?
He cooks it.
Wow.
Yep.
Guess we're stopping now just for that.
Oh, absolutely. And all are welcome. Find us on our website or on the meetup and join us for Brazilian barbecue. It's amazing. It's pretty much everybody gets meat poisoning at the end because they eat too much steak. It is a thing.
It's completely not WeWork at all.
No.
And what is the website where people can find all this stuff?
Yep, you can find us at circuitlaunch.com, and that gives us gives our class schedule and all of our rates and fun stuff. And if you contact us through our thing, you can actually take a robot tour, just like Alex was today. Download your brain into a robot, and then I'll give you a tour of Circuit Launch.
Awesome. Anything else you want to say to people on SolidSmack?
Just that we're a wonderful community that are a little zany and a little odd about hardware, but we really love people, are very welcoming, and would love to invite you to become part of the community.
Great. Thanks so much, Dan.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. So come on over here. We'll start over on our.
Come on, Alex.
There we go. Come on, Alex. This way. Welcome to Circuit Launch, Alex. Since you are the CEO of Circuit Launch, we are happy to have giving you a tour via robot of your own location.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
But excellent. So.
Thank you, sir.
That's the wall.
Oh no!
You missed your chance. Yeah, touch the button again. There you go. Go on in. You have to figure out how to get undone. We're going to pick you up and turn you around.
Oh no!
There you go. This is going to be the comedy reel. There we go.
Yay! That way.
This way. Come on, robot.
The whole video is just gonna be this. I'm gonna cut all the good stuff where you're talking. Just
Hey, Corinne.
Yep, she doesn't love me anymore.
oh. Alex, where are you going?
Where are you going, Alex? He's checking out the conference room. I've seen him talking to a broom occasionally too, as a robot. He keeps thinking it's his long lost brother. Or not understanding. Oh, there we go. She needed the iPhone brain. Hello, Curry.
Oh.
Adorable. I love those little cute eyeballs.
Aww.
Hey. Good seeing you too.
Yes. Maybe someday when you grow up, you'll be able to come take a tour with us too.
Oh, hello.
The robots meet.
Aww.
Aww.
Is she shaking her head no?
She's just wiggling.
Oh, okay.
Wiggling is a robotic sign of happiness.
Valuable information.
But excellent.
I think she's blowing you kisses, Alex.
Oh, kisses. Robot kisses.
Mua. Beijos.
Besos.
Beijos.
It's camera looking at a camera.
Camera looking at
a
the camera.
camera.
Looking at the camera.